Hey Sparkles, my name is Mimi Girl 01 aka Linnea Benthing, and welcome to my YouTube channel aka this video. Okay, so this little video is something I do once a year. Not because I'm depressed or anything, not like that. No. This is kind of a setup for plans for the future kind of video for if I were ever to die. I do this once a year. I did it last year. I did it in 2016. I do it basically every year to kind of, if anything happened to me, to kind of have some plans set in place. If I don't cover something in this video, it will be in my past when I die videos, which should be the title of the videos each year. The last 2 years, I did not label them with the dates, but for this year, I'm going to do that. So basically, this is stuff that comes up on the top of my head, and things I cover. Like I said, if I don't cover something in this video, and I'm gone, please check the other videos. They should have that covered depending on what's happening. So I think basically for these videos, I think way into the future and I think of right now. So if I were to die, I know this is a sad topic really, but hopefully by the time I pass away, I have had children, I've had grandchildren, and hopefully I'm married to Frank by then. If I were to pass away and I had money, I want the money to go towards my children's schooling, getting them into college. If they have children, make sure that they're getting into college as well. If they have children and they are and the parents already went to college, getting them into college. If they have already gone to schooling, then the money will go toward, I want the money to go towards some sort of organization. I want it to be donated, the leftover money, either to an organization that helps with food or with shelter, especially in the U.S. I was once in a homeless shelter called the Annam Street Homeless Shelter, Family Homeless Shelter. If I have any money, if any money exists and that shelter still exists, I want it to go specifically to that shelter or to the rescue mission in Washington State. If their money exists and if that still exists. Of course, with the whole pay for college, pay for schooling, and donate thing, if there's any bills that weren't paid before I was gone, I would want them paid, of course. I don't want to leave anything to chance for the next generation. If I ever had kids or ever have kids, or me and Frank are married or whatever, I want it towards that. I want to put it towards that. Also, I don't want a funeral. I know I said this in past videos for this series, but I do not want a funeral. I don't want a celebration of life. It's basically a funeral, but without the body. I don't want a funeral. I want it to be a party. I want it to be a real party. I want there to be music and dancing and fun. No alcohol involved whatsoever. No smoking involved whatsoever. But I would like there to be a party, and I want it to, in the middle of the party, maybe a short, like at the beginning or the middle of the party, a short sermon by a pastor, if possible. Not talking about my life, not talking about like my death or anything like that. I want it to be about finding eternal life and happiness and the way how the Lord, like, I want it to be on helping other people. I don't want it to be some sad thing about, oh, she's gone now, but she's in heaven. I want it to be like, you can go to heaven too. and you can be saved too, and you can find this joy and happiness that no one has unless they're in Christ. I want it to be like that. If there has to be if people are crying or are sensitive and are in pain, make sure there's a section in the building that is dedicated to them, to helping people cope. Counselors, somebody there to help them cope. I know it sounds like a lot to do, but I don't want anybody to be in too much pain if anything were to happen to me. I want them to have a good time, and if they have to cry, because I know people cry, and you have to feel emotion, but I want it to be supported. I don't want people to be sad because I'm gone. I want them to know that there's happiness in it, you know. If I die before Frank, that the thought of that, I can't even see my life without him. I can't see him without me. Like, it's hard to think about. But if I were to die before Frank, I would want him to find the love. I would want him not to be stuck on me, and I would want him to be focused on finding a new love and just following Christ and making sure our children, if we have any children, making sure our children understand that I love them, no matter how old they are, and that I care about them. Even though I haven't even met them yet at this point in my life. I'm 22. I haven't even given birth yet. I don't have any kids. Like, I have internet kids. I have you guys, Sparkles. But, yeah. Speaking of Sparkles, if I'm still making... If when I pass away, I would have been still making videos and still trying to support other people, I want it to be known that I care about them. I don't want to, like, have... I don't want it to be a sad thing when if I pass away, and if I still have my fans, if I still have my Sparkles and Team Bucket. I don't want it. I don't want them to cry over me. I want them to know that I'm safe and I love them. I want there to be, if there has to be a post, if internet still exists, and there has to be a post about it, I want it to say that I joined the Lord, and that to be happy, and to, if they have to make a memorial for it, may it be donation. Like, have it so they donate money somewhere, like to the homeless shelter, or to the Bethel school district, the school district I graduated from, or donate, like have them donate. Don't make a memorial. Don't let them make a memorial. And if they do make a memorial, or they have a spot like that, make sure all that stuff is donated and doesn't go to waste and goes to a good place. I know I'm thinking very far ahead, but I can't help myself. I have a crazy imagination. Also, like I said before, in the past videos, when I did these videos in the past, I said that I would like to I want to have my organs donated. It's also on my ID card. I want to be a donor. When I pass away, I want all those pieces of me to go to somebody else. And I don't care. I don't care if I'm anonymous or if they know my name. I just want them to be donated to people that need them and have lives of their own. Hopefully when I die of old age with this unforced smile on my face. But if something does happen to me, I hope my body's good enough that my organs and my body parts can be donated. With the ashes, hopefully if there are ashes, and if I have kids, I want lockets made for each of the kids. I know when my Aunt Kathy passed away, I wanted a locket so I could go on travels and stuff with her. still and still have her a part of me, but that was not allowed for me because people got mad at me for wanting that and called me selfish for wanting to have a small locket with her ashes in it so she could always be with me physically. But it's okay. Like, I want that done for my kids. If there's enough ashes. I don't even know if there will be enough ashes. But each locket, like, put it in each locket. And then the rest of the ashes, hopefully by then I'll have most of my bucket list done. But if not, I want the ashes spread somewhere in Tokyo, in Japan, and different parts of the world if possible. If possible. If it can't happen, that's okay. But hopefully, like, there'd be different places off of my bucket list. Because I have a lot of places on my bucket list. Like, seriously, I have over 700 things. Speaking of my bucket list, if I die, which I probably will, die before my bucket list is completed, I want the next generation to take on my list. I have an online list and my physical list. I have like 4 copies of my physical list. Like, seriously, I want my kids to take it on. If they can. If they're physically able to take it on. I want them to take on my bucket list and continue doing what I did off my bucket list. Right now I have over 700 things. I'm going to be doing another before I die video, which is a bucket list continuation video. That will be on probably not today, because today is about death and things happening to me. Oh my gosh, so scary. But yeah, and if I don't have kids and I haven't met Frank yet in person when I die, which would be a sad thing to happen, make sure he knows that I love him. Make sure he knows that I care for him. And I'm sure he already knows that, and I'm sure he probably will end up watching this video and cry, even though I'm not dying and I'm not planning to die anytime soon. This is not a death video. This is if something happened to me video. But make sure he knows that I love him, and also for my sisters and my mom and my dad, if something happened to me before I could see them again, I want them to know that I love them and I care for them, and they're the biggest part of my world. And I forgive my dad, and I forgive myself for what happened, no matter what. And hopefully, by the time I die, if I die, which I know I will sooner or later, hopefully my relationship with my dad will be cleared up and fixed up, and I won't have to worry about this. But if I do die before me, my dad can reconcile and fix things and hopefully he and I can fix things before it's too late. But if not, I want him to know that I love him. I know that he thought what he was doing was right, and I don't blame him. I don't blame him for being mad at me and cutting ties with me and not wanting to be with me and being my father anymore. I don't blame him for that. I love him no matter what, and he will always be my dad. And Dad, if you're watching this, which you probably never will because you don't watch my YouTube channel, but I love you and you mean the world to me, even though you don't talk to me or even have any real moment of my life. What else can I say? Whether you're on my internet family or my real family, or my birth family, or Tired Team Bucket, I love you guys so much, and hopefully nothing bad will happen early on, hopefully. But only God knows what's going to happen and what life is going to bring. I've been wanting to make this video forever, and it's been difficult to do because I'm so afraid. Nobody wants to think about what's going to happen after they die. And nobody wants to think about what's going to happen to their family or if anything were to happen. But it's something you have to think about. And I don't have a lawyer. I don't have any real proof of this existence other than these videos. And hopefully my YouTube channel still exists. So one day these videos can be shown to my children if anything were to happen to me. If anything were to happen to Frank and I was gone after Frank, or with Frank, and we had kids, I want them to be kept together. I want them to be kept together, and if possible, I want them to go be under my sister. I want my sister and her girlfriend to take them in. My sister Sky and her girlfriend to take them in. If they're okay with that. If not, I want them to go to a good place. I want them to be safe. I would never ask my best friend to take them in, though she would be awesome at it. I just don't think she would want more kids if we ever had kids. But yeah, I can see my sister being a good parent and her girlfriend being a good parent to them. So if anything, if I ever did have kids, or if I ever do have kids, I want them to go to my sister, and I want them to know that I love them and their father loves them. Hopefully it's Frank by then. Hopefully their father is Frank, and hopefully it's him that I marry. But if not, whoever I married, I hope the kids know that we love them, and whoever I marry, and yeah, I just want there to be love, and I want there to be understanding that I care, and I care about every single person. And I want, and during the party, if there needs to be there needs to be an interpreter at the party for the speaker. Absolutely needs to be a sign language interpreter. It needs to be an ASL sign language interpreter there, because I know there's going to be people that need a sign language interpreter. I know I'm going to have people that, like, I have a feeling that if anything happened to me, that there need to be a sign language interpreter there. Whether there's deaf friends there or not, there needs to be a sign language interpreter there. And somebody needs to do a sign cover. Like, seriously, somebody has to do a dance number and a sign cover for that. Like, serious. I don't care. Like, yes, I said it's a party, and yes, it's going to be a party. And no, it's not just going to be a normal funeral or a normal celebration of life. It's going to be a party, but there needs to be a dance number, like a choreographed dance number, and there needs to be a sign language interpreter there, and a pastor there, and there needs to be a sign cover. Somebody doing a sign cover and then dance cover. Like, it needs to happen like that. I think that's all I want to talk about for now. I know in the future I might have more to add to these videos, but I think that's all I want to say right now. Like I said, nobody wants to think about what could happen after death, but I feel like I have to think about it, because my family, before my aunt passed away, we didn't really talk about it. We talked about what things could happen, but we never talked about what plans would be set in place afterwards. And so I just thought I might as well make this video and make it clear that I want that. But guys, I still love you. I'm still fully alive right now. I love you all so much. I want the best for all of you. I want you guys to have the best day ever. And just breathe. You can breathe. I can breathe. Let's all breathe together right now. One more. See? We can breathe air. Isn't that amazing? Like, I think that's all I wanted to say, guys. And I'm not going to do the normal sign-off. But other than I love you guys so much. And I thank you for watching. If you watched this all the way through. I know it's a sad, pathetic video of sad stuff. But I still wish the best for every single one of you. And I love you guys so much. And I'll talk to you guys later. Sparkle on, sparkles.